Hey guys, I was writing down the topics for this video. So this is going to be about incremental linear progression versus quantum jumps, how you are manifesting all the time your reality, how this works in the architecture of reality, and about the self-concept. Okay, so let's dive right in. First of all, in order to have any reference with the world, you need to have memory. Okay, your personal memory is different than my personal memory, and everybody has their own. So in your memory, every relationship, like this is so complex, your subconscious has everything that you ever interacted with. Okay, how you control I just dropped this, I have another one. How you control a pencil when you're writing and you're automatically scribbling words, it's an automation. Remember how you used to be a kid and write one letter, and then you can sequence these letters into words, and then sequence these words into more complex structures like sentences and discourses? Well, this evolves over time. Even how I'm able to express myself evolves, and the more experience I gain and the more different sequencing I apply, the more flex my automation, my subconscious memory has of how I do things. Yeah, so everything you're practicing and evolving, expanding. Now let me pick this up. I'm back. So you have to have some kind of memory. And now when we say manifestation, visualization, changing your self-concept, you are really free to add or subtract from your memory set if you want to install different behavioral patterns, if you want to recreate your self-concept, because of course self-concept is automated by the subconscious mind. Yeah, so now we're coming to this idea in the journey of life that automatically we have evolved, but now this evolved memory is also somewhere conditioning us. Maybe we would like to change our behavioral patterns. Maybe we would like to change the reality that we are interfacing, okay? Because we are on a loop creating the previous reality. And we can interact with it, and we can learn and evolve our synapses, these automations, okay? They grow when we play with something, and we play with this thing and we evolve. Whatever I can make a drawing, okay, with this pencil, whatever words and styles and poetry and, but now I'm like, I'm tired of this pencil. I want to play with something else. Okay, so maybe I want to stop this, but the pencil stays in my reality. Every time it stays, when I look at it, my subconscious creates to project everything that I already know, everything that I already created with this object. Okay, and then I'm like, do I want to continue playing with this thing? So every aspect of your life, every field, every game, every hobby that you're playing, every relationship, every business or venture or vocation, whatever you might be doing, is an infinite playground. But sometimes you may feel like I'm just repeating the same words, the same patterns, and it's always the same paper, the same pencil, and it's just that it's not allowing me to grow. And this is when things start to feel dull and boring. And then you may look at the other things that you have installed in whatever was in your life before and feel like, I would like to manifest something greater. I would like to manifest a new playground, like expansion, maybe move to another country, have more money, have a greater purpose with whatever you're doing. And we start to get this idea. We call it inspiration or visualization. Like, I see myself, I could be this person, or I could be in this different, totally expanded world. And you know what? This is so normal, because since I was a kid, I used to play with these guys. Okay? They're little toys. And it was like so amusing. It was so, I was 5, 6, 7, 8, 11 years old. This was like super amusing, this guy. And then I built a spaceship, I built a castle, I built all kinds of, I was just like brainstorming and just building stuff. And you know what? It started to get dull. And I wouldn't pull these same toys out to play anymore. And eventually they landed at some of my cousins, like younger cousins, and they inherited them because, and it was so with my careers over time, you know, I would be so excited about something because it was a learning curve opportunity. It was like this world of different things that you can connect in different ways, and you're learning, you're expanding. And then when you gain a type of mastery, certain type of mastery, it's like, is there anything that I could level up here, or are we done? And if there's no leveling up, I gotta get dull. That arrangement of toys or peoples and relationships, or, you know, whatever that was, like a career, a business, or client, it's gonna get dull, it's gonna feel dull. And you're gonna seek something new, okay? But now that we are kind of like grown up, so here's the difference. When I would be done with playing with one toys and I wanted to do something else, I was able to pursue that because I was a kid and my parents take care of my life, okay? Like everything that needs to be taken care of, you know, life. And so I can pursue this or that, and I can be done with playing this and I can go play that. Now, when you are an adult and you have kids to feed, bills to pay, etc., 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 business, maybe you have employees, now it's a network of connections, and you are a figure with all these interdependencies, and it feels like, yeah, I could manifest that greater reality, but I'm kind of like stretched thin because I need to maintain this, I need to maintain this, I need to maintain this, so all of these interdependencies are not allowing you to freely move. Now, you could have fate or be a little bit crazy, risk-taking temperament, that you just like leave everything and you trust that everything's going to work fine and you launch yourself into something unknown. But even then, you have to build from scratch. And if you don't know that Lego, if you don't know how that toy constructs together, then it's going to be a little bit harder. I know these things, guys. I'm like creating so many projects. Like my life, it's just like I have files and folders of all these projects that I'm creating. And so it takes time before something gets really... It's also really amusing at the beginning when you're just the basic building blocks, and it's always something fascinating. But then things get complex and more grounded over time when you give them more time, more presence. You know, something can get grounded, something can grow out of it. And then you have stable structures. So with ideas, there's more flexibility. You can go anywhere, you can fly in your mind, there's no space, there's no time, there's just space, there's no time, so you can just bring things in and it can be really interesting. But then, when you have structures, when you have relationships, when you have people, business partners, clients, families, whatever, things get structured, they move slowly. So one thing that I do all the time, having a million projects myself, I don't get them structured. I don't get them structured before, and I learned this from actually this dude, Nikola Tesla. He was like super amazing inventor. Everybody heard of him already now. He would do a literal machine in his mind. Like build. He wasn't building cars, but I don't know the actual names for the types of inventions and machines that he was building, because they were like really weird machines that even today we don't have implemented in our society because they were so advanced, okay? And the thinking behind them was like really advanced. But he was building them up, never picking up any screws or wires or anything like that. He was building everything in his mind until the point where he could see the actual thing work. He would like press a button, like turn it on, and it starts to, I don't know, produce electricity and then send it to like this whatever light bulb, and he's seeing his mind that the thing is working. So already he develops his mind to that level where this complex engineering can be like, you know, the whole Lego blueprint for a castle down to pieces and how they connect. Only then this is tested mentally, only then he draws it. This is the first time he uses like pen and paper. So I don't know if this urban legend of this real, but this is a story that was in a book about Nikola Tesla, or somebody who was like his historian or something was telling this story on TV. I find this fascinating. I was like, okay, dude is literally configuring everything, then testing if it works, then puts it on a paper, then gives it to some engineer so they can just build it for him. Bam. So I stole wisdom from that. I'm like, I'm not gonna invest in talking to someone, relating to someone, trying to co-create a contract, trying to sell anything, trying to build a product. Like, I have products here. I'm not trying to build them. I'm not trying to publish them. I'm not trying to sell them. I'm not trying to make a business with my yet. See what I'm getting at? I'm just trying to find something, and then I see how it could work, and then I'm like, you know what, it's not good yet because it could be more simple, and then take the parts off that are not necessary, and then building really like a very minimalist solution where it feels like it's elegant. Okay, and when it's elegant, when it's simple, like imagine coding on a computer, and somebody who is just beginning to code, they will write, they need to solve a problem, beginning coder, they write like 3 pages of code and everything is messy. And then somebody who's already thinking beyond the programming language, beyond the code, they'll just like write 5 lines and it will do the same result, but in a way more elegant way. So to make something simple is mastery. To make something complex, it's like playing and figuring things out. When you actually understand how something works on a structural level, on a systemic level, you don't need it to be complex. It can be very freaking simple, very freaking simple. So I'm taking things away from any of my ideas, my projects, and I'm making them more elegant, more elegant, more elegant. And finally, I get something that's so elegant that you can build it on a paper note. You can just write it on a paper note. You can put that, you can build and launch that business within a day. So I'm using this so I can be more free, not to get trapped into a structure. See, what happens many times where we have these stable structures, they are trapping us. Let me give you just a very general example. Once you have a business or a job that makes you money and you're using money for everything else, now you're addicted to that source of income because it provides for everything else. Now you start to not enjoy your time that you're spending working that job or maintaining that business structure, but it's hard to get out of it, okay? Because there is an interdependent current. Your money supply is mostly coming from that thing, yeah? Now, if you stop going there, giving your time, energy, attention to that thing, your money supply runs out. Now you can't break the addiction. And then it's kind of like, in order to actually have time to create something new, you need to have time, free space. You see? So this is very common. People get addicted or kind of in a codependent relationship with that job, with that business, because it's a supply of money and everybody needs it for everything else. Okay, there's a solution for that, but that would be a completely different video. So if you have that problem, hit me up. We can solve it for you. We can find a middle path. Okay, what I also do, I'm a homeopath. Okay, you know homeopathy is like finding a frequency that stimulates the whole engine of your body, mind, and soul, and then fixes some problem by just introducing this small frequency. Like they come like little pills, like this big, and they contain the frequency of something, and it can be like magnesium or chamomile or sulfur or something like this. And then you put the frequency, it starts to change the groove of your entire sound sculpture, your entire energy field, and it brings everything else into harmony, and then your like cough goes away or something else just starts to work. So there's this minute change that you can introduce to your everyday life. Excuse me. Some banana good for me. And it is so crazy how even to a business architecture or a lifestyle, with all your habits, all your programs, everything that you do in your automation, your subconscious mind. I know I'm kind of like talking with my mouth full, so that was like... So you can introduce a minute thing that creates a butterfly effect. Okay? Like you push something over there that it's not logical. This is holistic or homeopathy, because you cannot even have the idea how the sequence of events, when you nudge something over there with your pinky finger, creates a domino effect or a butterfly effect, then reshapes your whole reality. This is a smart way of doing things. It's the smartest way, but you have to listen to your intuition. Because the logical mind that is based in a linear sequencing, like linear time-based sequencing, like it does not see that cause and effect. The cause and effect is non-linear, it's too complex. So you need to trust the intuitive mind. When you ask this question, look, guys, this right now I'm sharing, this is worth more than anything. More than anything. If you're here 17 minutes jamming with me, this is worth more than anything you could know. What somebody can teach you in all the schools and all the stuff, like if I had 1 minute with you, this I wanted everybody to know. If I had a 1 minute to talk to every people on the planet, to every person, every individual on the planet, I would say, look, guys, I just have 1 minute. I want to tell you this one thing. If you ask your intuition and ponder and contemplate, what is the one thing that changes everything, and then listen, it can be so out of the box what you get. But if you follow that advice that your inner self or your intuition is advising you, you actually get crazy freaking effects. It's magic. It's magic. Try to do it. It doesn't happen if you don't try to do it. Even with that said, I want to end this video because I want to put the emphasis on that. But let's see. Incremental evolution versus quantum jumping. How to change the automations of your subconscious. Yes, definitely. I'm going to flip into another video. I'm going to open those topics. So if you're with me here, just, pick another one from my channel. I'm always talking about this stuff. If you like this, if you're vibing with this, if you're jamming with me, like and subscribe. Let's hang out. Bye.